Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. As you see, I have an amazing painting behind me, and as we switch over to the wide camera, you're going to see we have quite a display for you, and this is all because of Teshia. Teshia, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. I want to ask you so much about these paintings, but first of all, I feel like we should mention that your stuff is here in Park City right now.
It is. I'm here actually. I live in Montana, and I'm here for the weekend to do a big holiday show. So I brought several large, as you can see, new pieces down. And the show will be at Park City Fine Art and Prospect Gallery, which is across the street, both Friday and Saturday nights from about 6 to 9.
So you're only here for the weekend?
I've been here for a few days so far, but yeah, we're leaving Sunday.
Not too bad though. Okay, tell me about these. I thought they were oil, but they're not.
They're acrylic, and I prefer painting acrylic because I actually paint pretty quickly, and I use a lot of obviously very pigmented, bold colors, and it allows me to work really quickly when I paint.
It doesn't look like you paint quickly. It looks very meticulous.
Yeah, well, I start off quickly and I get a little more meticulous as I get into the eyes and the details of the animal.
You do? Tell me, why so much color?
I love color because I think that, well, I specialize in wildlife pieces, and I think it brings out the personality and the energy of the animals. Kind of on a deeper level, and I think it helps us as humans to connect with the animals more on a deeper level. And I love color because I think it brings out positive emotions and just life, and from a decorative standpoint, I think it's fun to have, you know, say you have kind of a mountain modern home or a little more conservative in colors.
There's going to be all browns and tans.
Yeah, it's a way to bring out a splash of energy in your home and kind of your personality through maybe a specific animal that you love.
I love it. I love that you bring up energy, because when I look at this cow specifically, I just feel so happy inside.
Good.
Tell me, let's talk about each one specifically, if you don't mind. Tell me about the moose.
So this one is called Velvet Moose. It is a 72 by 48 inch painting, which is a size I paint pretty often, this scale and larger. I do really large pieces.
When you're starting with such a large canvas, where do you begin?
I begin with the backgrounds. I typically plan out my backgrounds, which are sometimes simple and a little more contemporary in nature, because I think it brings more attention to the animal that way. And it matches homes a lot better to have a lot of, you know, like white or beige neutral backgrounds.
Right.
And from there, I will sketch in my animal, and then I just kind of paint layer by layer. So I start with the deeper, darker layers of fur, and then I do a building process of layers
on top
from there. And then I kind of end with really reflective metallics. I do a lot of golds and silvers and pearls.
Right.
So they kind of change in different lightings and have that reflective nature to them.
I love it. And the eyes on this moose, or the eye on this moose, is really awesome. I love that you can see, like you said, the reflection.
Yeah, the eye is the window to the soul. So I believe that the eye is what makes the animal come to life and brings kind of that spirit to it. And I actually usually paint the eyes last, which is kind of interesting because most artists work the other way. I like to create the animal and then make it come alive at the end with the eyes.
So give me a hint on this. Were you planning on the dripping, or did you see the moose and go, I need something else?
Well, moose are often, you know, meandering through water, and the very first colorful painting I did was actually a really colorful moose. It was really bold and contemporary in style, and it was dripping prismatic streams of water.
That's awesome.
And it was kind of just this vision I had, you know, why paint a brown shaggy moose when it could be infused with color and just have that different aspect to it. And so that's something you see a lot in my paintings now, are animals in water, shaking off water or dripping or walking through it.
And it's just a good way to infuse more color as well.
Yeah, color and energy, and I think it just adds more of that kind of life element of, you know, nature to the painting.
Tell me about the cow.
The Longhorn is a special piece. It's actually my first Longhorn that I've done.
What? You can't even tell.
Good.
You look like a pro at Longhorns.
Thank you. I usually do more of Western wildlife kind of pieces, but the Longhorn is something that I've heard nonstop from people. I have a lot of collectors all over, but I have a lot that live down in Texas and in the South. And I've heard time and time again, when are you going to paint a Longhorn? So I'm like, all right, that's it. I'm painting a Longhorn. And I was really excited. He was a really fun one to paint, and I think the colors turned out cool, and the shadow of the horn, and So I'm excited about that one.
All right, and this guy, he's not as rainbowy, okay?
No, he's not.
More blues, grays, blacks.
Yep, and his name is Baloo, like Baloo the bear, fittingly. I like playing with different color palettes, and blue is a color that brings out kind of a more tranquil, calming emotion with people, and a lot of people love blue. It's my favorite color, and I love using just different hues and kind of playing with a specific color palette. And
how many different blues do you think is in this painting?
A lot. I mixed up a lot of blues for that one. And he actually has a lot of pearl accents in the splashes that are shaking around him.
Right.
Pearls and silvers. And so he really reflects and changes in different lights.
I love this. Okay, so we have Blue the bear. Do we have a name for the Longhorn?
The Longhorn is called Blue Eyes. Another blue.
Another blue.
Because he actually has blue iridescent accents in his eyes if you get up close and shift the angle of it.
What about the moose? Do we have a name?
This is Velvet Moose because he still has a little bit of velvet on his antlers.
I love this.
Yeah.
I seriously love this. And I love that you're bringing color because I feel like a lot of people are going monotone right now.
Yes.
That's kind of the look. So I feel like this is so different, so energetic.
Yeah.
Can I take one of these home?
Yeah, which one? Go ahead.
I want the moose. Velvet the moose.
Okay.
Yes, I don't even think that would fit on a wall in my tiny old house here in Salt Lake. But I'll take it anyway if you're okay with that.
I'm okay with that. Just take it.
So tell me about you. I mean, how did you get into painting?
I've been painting and doing art since I was a little girl. I actually sold my first painting when I was about the age of 10.
Wow.
In one of those art shows you do in the mall, and someone wanted to buy, it was actually my first colorful piece. It was a thinking wizard of all things, not an animal, kind of a fun piece, but someone paid $200 for it, which, you know, was like winning the lottery at that age.
Yeah.
So I was very excited. And it kind of made me realize, you know, hey, this can be more of just a hobby growing up. My dad is actually a very talented artist himself.
Got it.
He didn't do it as a profession, but I grew up watching him he does really intricate, detailed pen and ink drawings of wildlife as well. So he'll do like every hair on the animal.
Yes.
And so I've always been around it. My parents have always been super supportive. I actually did not study art really through school.
What about lessons?
Taken classes here and there, but I've primarily have been self-taught, and I've just always kind of been around it. And so it's been a big part of my life. And about 4 years ago, I was working in the financial industry, actually, and
a little different.
Yeah, I went to school for business, and a little different. And I just finally followed my heart, and I sold a couple of big paintings off the internet, sight unseen, and I'm just like, I gotta go with this, gotta follow my heart.
I love this. I love that you're self-taught and that your dad was probably a great mentor as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Not many lessons. I love this. Teshia, thank you so much for joining us today. One more time before we leave, tell us where your art is, where people can purchase, and are you traveling? Is the exhibit going somewhere else next?
This exhibit right now is specifically for Park City. I usually like to do a big holiday show every year. So
we're special.
Yes, very special.
Great.
Park City is my favorite place to travel to.
Awesome. I love to hear that. Hopefully we see you some more.
Yeah, definitely.
So this weekend is the only weekend that you could be getting Teshia's art. Right now, the gallery is again?
Park City Fine Art, right on Main Street. I also have a couple of pieces in Prospect Gallery, which is just right across the street.
I love this.
So come tomorrow night and Saturday night.
Will you be there as well?
I will be there.
Any demonstrations?
I won't be painting, but I will be talking to people. I love to meet people and tell them about my process, and kind of talk to them about what they like, what kind of animals they feel close to, and just meet them on a personal level. It's fun for me.
Maybe you can help them choose which animal is best for their home.
Definitely.
Well, guys, if you need a nice, bold, energetic piece for your house, go to this show. Teshia, a self-taught artist. I can't imagine the effort that goes into each of these animals. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, we do have a lot more coming up here on the Mountain Morning Show right after this.